I'm pretty sure that Jason's not going to endorse this message, but I have to say it out loud. I do not like Steely Dan. There was even a time in my life where I would have downright said they were a bad band. And I did say that once. And a dear friend of mine, instead of hitting me, sat me down and forced me to listen to Steely Dan. He said it didn't matter what I thought about them. That if I actually had listened, I would have to agree that they were one of the best bands that ever existed. And it's true. They play music with a laser-like focus. Not a single note is out of whack. The arrangements are incredible. They truly are one of the best bands that has ever existed. I still don't really like them, but I get it. I understand. Sometimes you have to realize that something's just not for you and let it go. I'm talking about Steely Dan because I thought about it a lot while watching today's movie, Nights in Rodanthe. What is it with Nicholas Sparks? He must be great. They've made 11 movies based off of his novels. In honor of my friend that sat me down to listen to Steely Dan the first time, I know that we normally wait till the end of the podcast to beg people to call and email us, but somebody just please email me and let me know what it is I'm missing about Nicholas Sparks. I can't say that I'm ever going to like these movies, but at least I'd like to understand what the fuck is going on. Welcome to You've Got Mails.
Hi, CJ.
Oh, we're going. All right.
Hello. I'd like to start out this week's episode with a little bit of like a trivia for you. Maybe like a little riddle.
Hit me.
All right. What do Meryl Streep and Pierce Brosnan in Mamma Mia, Karen Allen and Harrison Ford in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Mary Steenburgen and Richard Jenkins in Step Brothers, and Diane Lane and Richard Gere in Knights of Rodanthe have in common?
A 15 to 20 year age gap?
Not only that, they were all nominated for the 2009 Best Grown-Up Love Story by the AARP Movies for Grown-Ups Awards.
ARP.
So,
indeed.
For our listeners 50 and over, buckle in. We're going on a ride.
This is great.
Welcome to You've Got Mails, everybody. I'm Jason. I'm here with CJ. And on today's episode, we're discussing 2008's Nights in Rodanthe.
Rodanthe. That's how
you pronounce it? Or?
I've said Rodanthea, Terabithia. Like, you fucking name it. I've been there.
Rodanthe?
Rodanthe.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about a romance.
It sounds a lot more foreign than North Carolina, doesn't it?
It does, yes. But we're going to talk about a romance in Rodanthe.
All right, I'm in.
But all right. But did you know anything about this movie? Had you seen it before? I'm guessing not.
Not a damn thing. I actually remember saying last week, I was like, oh, Richard Gere being age appropriate. Looked it up, still not age appropriate.
No, he's like 16 years older than Diane Lane, I think, in this. Yeah, which it's hard to tell because Richard Gere has looked old forever.
That's true.
Like him and Steve Martin are in the White Harrison's Birth Club. So
yeah, I think they upped it on this one, though. I mean, he's silver.
Yeah.
Like, his shit is glowing. You're catching the lights off the movie cameras.
Well, this was like after the Mothman prophecies, so that scared the shit out of him. So his hair just went all white. Like, he was done after he saw the Mothman.
I'm going to have to see that one day.
It's okay. It's filmed in Pittsburgh. That's part of it.
This one has some Pittsburgh actors in it.
Who?
Pittsburgh actor.
Who?
The old man. The one whose wife died.
Scott Glenn is from Pittsburgh?
He's a local guy, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Love Scott Glenn.
He's great. He plays, Stick.
Shouldn't have been in this movie. Yeah, no, he's great. I knew of this movie. I knew Diane Lane was in it. I don't know how. Like, this movie was on my radar at some point in my life where I recognized it. Based on a Nicholas Sparks novel. Same guy that wrote The Notebook.
I was willing to give him a second shot. And I gotta say, I'm not gonna say how much I like this movie. Better than the fucking Notebook, but it's not a high bar.
I don't want to like review it now, but I'm gonna say probably a worse movie than The Notebook, but I liked it better. We'll talk about it.
Okay, yeah.
So this movie opens up with a weird dream sequence, which at first I thought we were in heaven. I didn't know what was happening. It was like a little girl getting picked up by her dad on a beach, and it was like bright white. Like you couldn't see anything but like whiteness. And I'm like, this is heaven. Like someone's died. And it turns out someone did. This is Diane Lane having a dream. She wakes up from a dream, dreaming about her dead dad, which we barely touch on. In this, it's brought up like one more time.
It happened when she was like 7 now.
No, he literally, he recently died, we find out. But it really has no effect. It's a plot point that is just washed over and unnecessary.
Like a house in North Carolina.
Death trap. She wakes up, it's just a dream. And she wakes up to like the loudest metal music and video games And we find out that she has 2 young kids, a daughter played by Mae Whitman from The Duff.
Yeah, Egg.
Yeah.
I'll call her Egg forever. It's just the best nickname you could ever get.
She's like probably about 16, angsty teenage girl into metal music and
a terrible emo hair.
Terrible emo hair.
That whole phase, I mean, it was like right past my high school. Like high school is kind of what sets your kind of likes for the rest of life.
Yeah.
Often.
Yeah.
The emo thing was right past me, and that hair, it's disgusting. I can't stand emo hair, man.
I can't stand much emo anything. But, and then her son, who's like a younger, he's probably like 10-ish, 9, 10.
Yeah.
He's more like mousy, like a quiet like kid, but playing video games. And like the house is a mess. She's trying to get them ready because they are going to be going away with their dad to Orlando on vacation. We find out that mom and dad are not divorced, but separated, not living together.
This is Maloney.
Yeah, Christopher Maloney.
Yeah.
Stabler, Detective Stabler.
He's back in another Richard Gere movie.
Is the dad. Yeah, and Richard Gere's about to steal this guy's wife, too.
I don't know. He kind of gave up the wife on this one. He's not a great guy.
Not for a lack of trying. Yeah. So Stabler shows up, and he's talking to Diane Lane's character. What is her name?
Oh, shit. We're going to have to look this up. I just keep thinking of Diane Lane.
I've completely forgotten what this woman's name is. I know everybody else's name, but hers. Adrian. Her name is Adrian Willis. Oh, it just fucking came to me.
Wow, I just watched this hours ago, too.
Well, the only reason I thought is because there's a point in the movie where Richard Gere is looking for her, and he's walking down the beach going, Adrian, Adrian, and all I could think of was Rocky.
Yo, Adrian!
Yeah, so that's why it stuck with me. But
which has like some great beach scenes where he's trying to impress Adrian,
yeah,
so I like it.
It took a minute to click in there. But Stabler, her ex, her estranged husband, is there to pick up the kids, and he's like real pushy about wanting to come home. Like he says, after this vacation, I want to come home. I want us to be together. And she's just kind of not necessarily dead set opposed to the idea, doesn't seem like.
No, she's just dead in the eyes.
But she's just kind of like, you know what, let me think about it. Go on this, take the kids, like we'll talk about it when you get back.
Yeah.
Come to find out that he cheated on her. And like, at no point in this movie do you ever want her to get back with Stabler. Like, it's just not a thing.
No.
But also during all this, we also get little glimpses of Richard Gere's character. He plays a guy named Paul. He's a doctor. And he is in like a big, nice house, and he's kind of getting his stuff together to go on a trip. And then when he walks out the front door, there's a real estate agent there with a couple there to meet him. And she's like, oh, I thought you had left already. Thought we missed you. And we see that like he's basically sold this house. Like,
yeah, he looks broken.
Yeah,
he's broken Gere right off the top.
Yeah, I think. What did I write? Richard Gere sold his house. Sad.
Like if there was one movie that started with the two people that are going to get together that are just completely fucking dead behind the eyes.
Yeah,
it's both of these two.
Yeah.
Like they are soulless, like wisps of human beings.
They really are. But we get little glimpses of this, and we see that he's about to go away somewhere, and we cut back to Adrian talking to her husband about, she can't go on, because he actually asked her, like, why don't you come to Orlando with us? And she says, I can't. I'm going to watch Jean's place. And she's going to go to a friend's house and watch her house, is what it sounds like. So she says no, but she's like, I'll think about it. When we get back, we'll talk. She goes, and it turns out to be a beach house. Like, it's a bed and breakfast.
Yeah, it's a nice place.
It's a nice looking house.
It kind of reminds me of like if Beetlejuice took place on the beach.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
It looks like the Beetlejuice house, right? Like to the point where
it's got like weird additions, like where like they stick out of the house
in weird
like
places.
Odd places.
I thought it was covered in solar cells at first, like those weird windows that are coming off of it. Like they're black and shiny.
Yeah,
it's a creepy looking place.
It is. This is like Tim Burton's Nights in Rodanthe. But her friend Jean is played by Viola Davis. Great actress.
Hell yes.
Yeah, I love Viola Davis. She's not given nearly enough to do in this movie. She's barely
fucking at all.
She's barely in it.
She has like 2 scenes in one of them. Young Island Penis.
Oh, yeah. That's the movie I wanted to see. Give me that. Man. We see how Viola got her groove back.
We actually have seen it. It's called How Stuff Got Her Groove Back.
You're right. I'd rather see that. But she's talking to Adrian, and Adrian's letting her know that like her husband Jack wants to come home, and
She's having none of it.
No, she's like, girl, that man cheated on you. Like, she's real sassy about it.
She's pulling in the stereotypical bullshit.
Yeah, but she's like, no, you shouldn't. And then they start talking about the house. It turns out it's a bed and breakfast. They only have one guest on the books, like one guy coming to stay. And she
paying double.
Yeah, she says normally she wouldn't even take a booking right now, but because the guy offered to pay double for like 4 nights, like she took the booking. And Adrian is basically just there. I don't know. If you asked me, if you were like, hey, I need somebody to come watch my house. There's a natural disaster coming right for my house. I just need you to be there and like keep an eye on things.
But where are you going to be, Jason?
What do you mean, where am I going to be?
Are you going to be in the islands? Not thinking about your fucking house and your best friend?
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like, I don't know. It just seems like a dick move. Like she's basically just there.
Like shutter that shit up and get the hell out.
Yeah, like nobody should be there. But and you should have guests there. But there's a...
This is actually the state motto of North Carolina.
What is?
Nobody should be there.
But we find out that there's like a possible storm coming, a hurricane coming, and Adrian is there to like kind of hold down the fort, put up the storm windows, the shutters if necessary.
Cook some food,
like take care of this one guest who's also in the path of a natural fucking disaster. So yeah, it didn't make a lot of sense, like why anybody was there. And this is also the one point in the movie where they bring up the dead dad, because whenever Jean is trying to tell her not to take Jack back, she's like, your dad died and he wasn't even there. Yeah, because he was like off boinking some other woman.
Yeah.
You know.
It actually makes it a lot easier to get through other people's tragedies.
Yeah.
Go and have sex with somebody else. I mean, not that I know, but like it seems like it'd be an easier way to go about this.
But we cut to a scene of Richard Gere driving down this like long...
For the record,
beach
dick
road.
Move, though.
Yeah, definitely a dick move. Driving down this long beach road. You don't want the people at home be like, wow, he's an asshole. This is how CJ copes with other people's tragedies. But he's driving down this long, sandy beach road where the wind is blowing and it looks like fucking Mad Max. Like, it doesn't look like North Carolina.
No,
like,
not
there's
at all.
Sand blowing across his windshield and like he can barely see. And the sand finally stops blowing and they pan out and you get this like beautiful scene of like the beaches and like how nice it actually looks. And this big like, I mean, this was 2008, so it's not a drone shot. I don't know how they did it, but they did.
I was kind of wondering this too. Like it scrolls around the entire house.
Yeah, they do this big sweeping shot around the house and like it zooms in like to the front door. And honestly, I saw this place and I was like, cool looking house, fucking death trap. Like it is a foot from the beach.
Oh, yeah.
On stilts and like just the biggest, most awkward looking house you've ever seen.
Painted matte black.
Yeah.
Could you imagine like the 90-degree heat hitting that house? Like your shit's going to melt inside of that house.
Absolutely.
And I love like they're trying to make the house a character in this.
Yeah.
It's almost like if you were to try to make like Steve Buscemi like a sex symbol in a movie. Like this house does not want to be a character. It wants to eat souls.
House. I got some fun facts about the house when we get to the end. But yeah, it's. I think it is a neat looking house. Like I would stay there. Like I thought it was cool looking, but I don't know. It just looked very unsafe.
Yeah.
But as this sweeping shot zooms into the front door, it cuts to the inside, and Richard Gere walks in. And we find out that he's the one guest for the evening for a few days at this beach house. And he's looking for anybody. Like he walks in, he's hollering like, hello, hello. And he finds Adrian crying outside on the deck.
Yeah, she got sand in her eyes.
No, she's crying. She's having a bad time. She composes herself and takes him in and starts getting him signed in. And he's just kind of standoffish. She's really being a dick. Like she's trying to get him to sign the guest book, and she's asking like, "Oh, what are you here for?" He's like, "Doesn't matter." He keeps saying, "Doesn't matter." And then she says, "Gene really likes it if when you fill out the book, you put your home address in." And he says, I'm going to leave that blank for now because she doesn't know, but we know he doesn't have a home address.
This is
like
how
this guy doesn't
you get
have
spam
a home.
mail.
Yeah,
like this is how the spam mail begins. Give us your address.
I would have just. In that case, I would have just written down the address of the place I just sold, because who fucking cares?
Oh, yeah.
You don't live there anymore. Let them worry about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Send them fucking Walmart.
Yeah, you don't need to be all like, sad and mopey about it.
Walmart coupons and shit.
Just write down your own address. Then she takes him to his room. This fucking room is hideous. She walks in, and the whole thing is baby blue. Everything.
Yeah, this is unnecessary. They show other rooms in this house.
Yeah.
There are other normal fucking rooms.
You're the one guest. Why is that the room that they stuck you in?
Yeah, I mean, that is the room of a person that called ahead of time to be like, hey, make it as blue as fucking possible.
Yeah, but literally, like, the bed frame is blue, the covers are blue, the dresser is blue. Like, there's nothing in this room that's in blue. And Adrian goes, we call this the blue room. I said, no fucking shit, Adrian. God damn. She puts him in the room, and she lets him know that dinner will be served at 7, and she goes downstairs, and she starts to cook. I don't know. From what I understand, you don't usually get dinner at bed and breakfast. That's why it's a bed and breakfast, not a bed and dinner. But she is down there making like a 5-course meal.
It's a good call. He's paying double.
He's paying double.
Yeah.
But she's down there. She also finds a picture of her and her kids on the refrigerator that Jean has there, and she pulls it off the fridge and unfolds it, and we see that Jack...
Yeah, Maloney's been taken out of it.
Folded away. So she takes the picture out and like puts it up on the cupboard so she can look at it. Richard Gere
never comes into play again later either. There's a lot of setup in this movie that goes nowhere.
Yeah. Richard Gere comes down for dinner, and she comes out and pours him a glass of wine and brings him a salad. And she's listening to like some old like jazz music. And he actually gets up and he walks himself into the kitchen with his glass of wine where she's preparing the meal, sits his glass down, walks back out, walks back in with a chair and like sets it down. And she's like, is something wrong with the dining room? And he's like, no, I just don't want to eat alone.
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, which was like
was cooking for me in the other room. I'd also do the same thing.
180 because he was being a total dick to her when he got there, and now he's like, "Let's hang out and talk."
He actually kind of gave me like an alcoholic vibe. Like he had about 2 drinks of that wine, and he was like, "Let's go hang out with this chick in the other room."
Yeah,
like he was already feeling it.
Yeah, and they kind of start to get to know each other. They're talking about their personal lives, and Lane says to him, "You know, I don't even know if I'm married right now." And he says, "Well, I don't know where I live." And
he's like, "I can one up you. I kill people."
Yeah, I've murdered a man.
Woman.
That's right. They kind of get to know each other a little bit that way. Kind of finish out their evening where they say goodnight, and he goes off to his room, and she goes off to hers, and she gets a call. Well, actually, she calls her husband, ex-husband. Estranged husband is the term I suppose we'll use. Yeah. And is trying to say goodnight to the kids, and the boy's already asleep. The daughter doesn't want to talk to him.
Dad's doing a terrible job. He's not medicating his son.
Yeah, he's supposed to give him like an inhaler and didn't do it. And he's like trying to say I love you to her, and she's like, can we just say goodnight? Like, give me like a few days to think about this.
Yeah,
like,
be cool.
You're being a little pushy.
Did you love me while you were in that waitress?
That's right. Cut to the next day, and Gere goes out for a run, and she's just snooping through his room. Like, she goes into his room.
She really does.
She's kind of like making the bed, although it's already made. She's just going to like tuck in some corners here and there. Then she starts looking at his nightstand. There's a picture of him and his son when he was little, and she pulls out a letter addressed to him, an envelope, from a house there in Rodanthe, like an address there in Rodanthe somewhere.
No, I mean, she's invading the privacy.
Yeah, like the letter wasn't like out. Like it was in a book. So she picks up the book. We also see there's a book.
This is like when I go on fucking vacation or I'm in a hotel room, like this is why the entire time I am in the hotel room, you have to put that little thing on your door do not come and clean my room. Because like I don't even have anything really to hide. I just don't want people looking at my shit.
Yeah.
You know,
understandable.
It's freaky.
We also see that he has a book. It's like Spanish medical terms, I guess. He's learning Spanish medicine.
See, this one actually does pay off.
It's Spanish medicine for dummies. But we cut to him jogging, and he has a flashback. And God damn it, wouldn't you know it, James Franco's in this movie. It's problematic son of a bitch, James Franco.
Son of a bitch is here.
Yeah. He's uncredited in this movie. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah, which is weird.
Did they take him out later?
This is the same year that Pineapple Express came out. And James Franco had been in like 20 movies. Like he was making movies like a son of a bitch. Like he was making movies like he had gambling debts.
Yeah.
Like up until this point. Like I looked at his IMDb and there was like so much shit. And for some reason he's in this movie uncredited. Like I don't know if he owed Richard Gere a favor or what.
He was keeping secrets for him.
Maybe.
This is the first time I've ever tried to draw an emoji in my notes. It was a poop.
But we find out that they have a troubled relationship. There's a few like flashback scenes. Son is also a doctor, and we just see like some turmoil at the hospital where he's unhappy with the decision that Richard Gere made. We don't know what yet though, and we find out that like he is like up and leaving. And I'm sorry, maybe because you just watched this morning.
Yeah.
Not that I watched it that long ago, but I already forget. Where did he go to practice medicine? Is it in Mexico?
I don't believe it's in Mexico.
South America?
It's South America,
Okay.
I think.
Okay. So the son like ends up leaving.
I mean, it's like in the middle of the forest.
Yeah, I think it's probably South America.
It seems like a mission trip sort of thing,
Yeah.
like Doctors Without Borders.
Yes. So he decides that he's upset and he leaves town, and we find out that Dad hasn't talked to his son for over a year. He's been off doing this mission thing, or whatever.
Yeah, they never really clarify like just how bad the fallout was. It seems it has to do with
bad enough he went to South America.
Yeah, it seems it has to do with a divorce with him and his wife, and him not really being there.
No, it's all about the.
Look how fucking muddy this is. I can't even figure it out. I just watched it.
It's all about the woman. Let's not get to the mud yet. That comes later.
Oh.
But he runs, and he actually runs past like this house, and he stops and looks, and you find out it's the address of the place that sent him the letter. So and he kind of stops there and like looks a little bit. After the run, because he actually drives there, but this is like the very next scene. He pulls up to this house in a car, and he goes to get out, and he walks up, and there's a younger guy that's there like mowing the lawn, and he sees him coming, and he tells him who he is, and the guy gets immediately angry and tells him, "You shouldn't be here. You need to leave." And he says, "Well, your dad sent me a letter. He wanted to talk to me." He's like, "I don't care. You get out of here." Like almost like I'm going to go get my gun here in like 2 seconds if you don't get off my property.
Now get.
Yeah, go on, get now. He says.
I mean, you got to think about it when you're doing the Humboldt apology tour. Maybe not bring the sports car.
Oh yeah, that's
like
true.
Optics are important, Like I drive a giant truck.
Yeah.
I'm not really like a big truck guy. Like I actually drive it to haul around lumber and shit.
Yeah.
I go to a NPR free taping. Probably going to park it down the street. Like don't need to pull up in front of the place.
Take the wife's hybrid.
Yeah, exactly. Optics are important, so don't pull up in a fucking sports car when you're trying to be humble.
I didn't think about that. That's probably the only option he had, really. I mean, the guy doesn't even have a house.
And what happens? Shit gets his door kicked in by a go-on-get guy.
Yeah, he does. As he tries to pull away, the guy kicks his car.
Yeah,
so
deserved it.
Yeah, so he leaves, and he gets back to the beach house, and, the weather, it's been thundering. Like, you can tell the storms are brewing. And Adrian's outside gathering up all the boards to board up the windows. So he decides to give her a hand, helps her out. And then she says she's going to go into town to get some supplies. So she goes to like the little 5 and dime like supply store or whatever. And she's talking to the lady.
That was the Walmart.
It was a very tiny, like beachside shop. And she's getting all the gossip on. She saw the letter was addressed from someone named Torelson. So she's asking the lady, like, what do you know about the Torelsons? And he tells her, the wife had this medical condition, and she went to they found this fancy doctor upstate and went to him, and she died in surgery. So she's like, oh, shit, like Richard Gere unalived the lady. Like, now I know what's going on here.
He unalived the lady.
That's right. So she goes back to the beach house, and he's already packing up his shit, and he's like telling her he's going to leave early, and he doesn't need to be there anymore. And she kind of gets it out of him that Mrs. Torelson, he was basically...
She's very confrontational.
She is.
For somebody that's supposed to just show you where your blue room is.
Yeah, she
and
really
then fuck off.
She's prying a lot.
Yeah.
But she gets it out of him. I guess he's a plastic surgeon, essentially, because he's doing like cosmetic surgery.
That's what it seems like.
Because we find out that Mrs. Torelson had a big cyst on her face. It wasn't tumorous.
Hemangioma.
Yeah, it wasn't cancerous. It wasn't like growing. It was just basically a disfiguration.
I had the same surgery, actually.
Oh, really?
The day after I was born, had one on my stomach.
Oh, thank God Richard Gere didn't do it. We might have been not doing this podcast if that was the case.
True.
But we find out that she died on his table, and that they have like a wrongful death lawsuit against him. And Mr. Torelson sent him a letter saying he wanted to talk to him, but now he won't talk to him, and he just doesn't know what to do, so he's going to leave. He was basically there to try to smooth things over and get out of this lawsuit.
Well, I do like the old man kind of says to him, he's like, do you even know what color eyes my wife had? And Richard Gere, like, he went down there to defend himself, not to apologize. Yeah. Which, read the fucking room. Yeah. The room that's filled with pictures of your dead wife.
Yeah, he's trying to get out of it. But she's like, she kind of like is very understanding, like what he's going through, and tells him, she's going to make dinner. Like, you don't need to leave. Like, let's just have dinner and we'll figure things out.
Also, death is approaching from the sky. Like,
right?
You really can't get off the island because the tides are now 7 foot higher than they're supposed to be.
Yeah. So they have dinner together, and this is where they really start getting into, what happened. She's showing him pictures of her kids and talking about her kids, and she asks if he has any kids. And he says he has a son that he hasn't spoken to in a year. We find out this is where the rift came from, was that when this woman died, Richard Gere sent his nurse out to tell the husband the wife died because he was very busy. Like, he's like, I had 4 other surgeries on the books. Like, I didn't think me going out there and talking to him, it wasn't going to bring his dead wife back, is what he says. Like, he's just kind of, I had shit to do.
Yeah.
And I didn't really have time, so I sent my nurse out.
Well, have you ever put anything in like a slow cooker and you put it out in the morning? Like, you got to get to that shit. It will cook slow all day, but you got to get home to that stew. Otherwise, it'll burn.
Do you think he had stew on? Is that why?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you got to get your shit going, man.
But he tells her, the son like really disapproved of this and thought that he should have went out. And this is like where the rift came from, where the big fight happened. This is what caused him to leave and not talk to him anymore. She says that she wants to show him something, and she takes him upstairs, like up a lot of stairs, into like essentially an art studio. This is where Jean, the woman who owns the place, she's also an artist, and she does a lot of paintings, and she's got paintings of all these like different like sea gods and things.
So this
like
was
the god of thunder and like the god of the ocean, but then she also has paintings of Adrian and her kids, and
so this is all Jean's art?
This is all Jean's art. But
because they mentioned that she was an artist.
Well, they also show, so when they're up there, there's this little box made out of driftwood, and she shows that to him, and she goes, I made this.
It's nice.
Like, it is nice. I figured you would appreciate the woodworking.
Dude, there's some montages in this.
The carpenting.
Yeah.
There is some carpenting in this.
Yeah.
And she explains it like, I used to do this. Like, I used to make sculptures out of driftwood and stuff, but then I got married, and I gave up my passion to be a wife. And they're having like a nice moment. And it seems like maybe they're going to kiss, and then the daughter calls. And this is where fucking Stabler, dick move, like told the kids that they were going to get back together.
Yeah.
So the mom called and like says, or the daughter calls and says that, Dad said you promised that you were going to give him a chance. And so she gets on the phone with Stabler, and she's pissed. Like, you should have never told the kids like this.
Well, because she hasn't told the kids why she's trying to keep him like looking good. Not ruining him in the kids' eyes.
Yeah.
And this is a dick move.
Yeah. But this really pisses her off. So she goes downstairs, and Richard Gere's down there eating his dinner, or eating leftovers. I don't know. He says sitting down there where dinner was eaten.
Well, because technically she's supposed to be making dinner.
Well, no, they were eating dinner, but I think basically she was like, it was mid-dinner, and she's like, come upstairs, I want to show you something, like while he's trying to eat. So he went back down to finish his cold salmon. And she comes down, and she grabs a record and puts it on the record player, turns the music up real loud, starts dancing real badly, like the whitest dancing I've ever seen.
It worked for me.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
And then she's like, I could use a drink. You want a shot? Let's do shots.
Yeah. Not throw that wine in the trash. I got Jack.
Yeah, and Richard Gere was like, I see where this is going. Yes, I'd love a shot.
Hell yeah. He knows what's happening.
Yeah. So they get in the kitchen, and they're drinking shots, and she's complaining about her ex, and then she starts complaining about Jean's pantry, which this drove me crazy.
This throwing the food across the room thing?
Yeah, she goes into the pantry, and she's like, I don't know why she keeps all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, there is a hurricane coming very soon.
Yes.
She starts throwing all the canned goods, like from across the room into a trash can, which this was impressive. Neither one of them ever missed a shot. Like, they were chucking cans.
No, they could get drafted tomorrow.
There were a lot of things that upset me about this, though. First of all, yes, there is a hurricane coming. Maybe don't throw out all your canned goods. Secondly, have you ever cleaned out your pantry and thrown away a bunch of cans? That trash can is going to weigh 1,000 pounds. You gotta do a little bit at a time.
I was uneasy this entire scene.
Yeah, you gotta do a little
Nothing to do with the two of them romantically linking. Just everything about this scene was.
You gotta do a little bit of time. Secondly, or thirdly, this isn't your food. Like, you're there to wash the place, not throw away somebody's shit. The whole thing bothered me.
If you want to die of botulism, I'm going to let it happen. It's America. It's a free country.
And it's canned goods. They don't go bad. And you're literally boarding up the house because there's a storm coming.
So we can agree there was a line crossed today.
Yeah, there's a big line crossed. Hold off on throwing out the fucking canned goods. We find out that the next day, they see each other, and she's in another part of the house. She's actually outside somewhere cleaning up.
Well, we should state it was headed to them hooking up. And then she got too drunk. Like, it was one of those moves where she's like, oh, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening.
Yeah.
I'm going to go throw up. And he just, like, you could see it in his eyes. He's like, shit.
So the next day, he, like, finds her out. She's like, inside, but, like a shed or something outside of the house. Because they're up on, like, a dock almost. Because they come out and come down these stairs. But he asks her how she's feeling. And, you know, she's a little hungover. And he is, too. He went for a run. But they find out, you know, that there is officially a hurricane warning now. It was up until now, it was like there's a 50% chance. You know, it's not necessarily going to be bad. Now, like, the warning is in full effect. The hurricane is a coming, so she's starting to get things more prepared. They come outside, and Mr. Torelson, played by Scott Glenn, pulls up with his son, and he wants to talk to him. And he says, "I just want to know what went wrong." And he tells him, "Hey, it was a 1 in a 50,000."
That's chance. Right. This is where he's just defending himself.
He says it was a 1 in 50,000 thing where, like, the why can't I think of the word?
The anesthesia,
like, had an adverse effect on her, and that's what killed her. He says there was no one to blame, and this is when he asked her, like, what color were her eyes? My wife is dead. Like, I didn't come here for you to defend yourself.
Yeah.
And he leaves. Adrian, like, gives him some shit about what he was doing, like, defending himself.
Yeah, have a little compassion.
Like, that guy was there for, like, answers. And Richard Gere was kind of just like, oh, it's not my fault that she's dead. It's not my fault that she's dead. And then the sky, like, blackens and, like, all hell's about to break loose at this point. So they start, like, really stormproofing. Like, they're going through the house. They're putting up all the shutters. They're barricading doors. They both kind of go off to their separate rooms after everything happens. And then the power goes out. The shutters are flying off. She goes down to the generator and can't get it to work. And she's, like, walking through the house. What?
I should have brought this up earlier. There's a point. What's her friend's name?
Jean.
Jean tells her there's a generator down in the basement. It's never turned on. So if you have to turn it on, just kick the shit out of it and it'll start working. I was like, well, if it's never been turned on, how do you know that you got to kick the shit out of it?
And, like, yeah, and there should be a button. They're not just like a cord to pull. You don't just kick stuff and it turns on. Not the fucking Fonz.
A generator is a mix of both gasoline and high voltage electricity. Like, you shouldn't have to kick something like that. No. It's not a VCR.
Mm-mm. But she does kick the shit out of the generator, and to no one's surprise, it doesn't turn on.
Probably because there's water pouring through a window onto it.
Yeah, doesn't turn on. Then she comes out into the room, and Richard Gere kind of meets her there. And this giant, like, china cabinet gets blown over and almost falls on her. And he, like, snatches her away from it and basically saves her from getting crushed by a china cabinet. And then they bone down. I can only assume. Like,
this is fear sex.
Yeah, it's kind of like...
which I've never experienced. Looks like fun.
It just reminded me of the movie Speed, because they're always, like, people say, like, if you're trapped in, like, a high-stress, high-pressure situation, like, you tend to fall in love, but it doesn't last. And I was like... This is what this is. Like, you just saved her life, and now she's going to repay you.
Like, these two people are like, we might not make it till morning.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Let's bone down.
Yeah. But the next morning, he wakes up, and she's gone. Walks outside and finds her cleaning everything up on the beach. Like, there's a lot of debris. The house is still standing, but it looks like they just had, like, a bunch of random bullshit outside. Because there's, like, bicycles and skateboards and just stuff that was probably, like, on the porch that flew off.
Like, this is the only house for miles and miles. You can see every time they show it.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like a fucking bomb went off in the middle of downtown Tokyo. Like, there's shit everywhere.
There's, like, fence posts and stuff. The house is fine, but everything else is just destroyed. But he finds her on the beach, and she's upset because, well, she asks him, she goes, "Did you hear the phone ring this morning?" And he says, "No." And she says, "Well, you know, Jack called me and my son had an asthma attack and I wasn't there to help." And she's like kind of blaming him. Like, she's mad because, like, she wasn't there. And I'm thinking, well, you weren't going to be in Orlando anyway. Like, you weren't helping. Seemed kind of a shitty thing. Like, I didn't understand it. She's upset.
Yeah, and her husband, well, her estranged husband, like, was not giving him the meds that he was supposed to be having.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, be mad at that guy.
Yeah. But Richard Gere tells her, you know, she's a good mom, and any man that doesn't realize how great she is stupid. And he, like, gives her a little bit of the smooth talking.
Heck yeah, man.
Works it out. He goes to see Mr. Torelson.
With her this time.
She just waits outside, though.
Yeah,
But like, emotional support, I guess. And they have a talk, and he kind of says he's sorry, and it's more or less what Mr. Torelson was looking for, as opposed to being like a defensive douchebag. He's more understanding and like, I'm sorry you lost your wife. And
I kept picturing this whole scene because he keeps talking about his wife, and he's like, she was the picture of love. She knew no hate altogether, and I just wanted to keep zooming out from his face, and like the walls just covered with like Nazi memorabilia or something.
Jesus Christ.
Everybody that she knew, she loved, and it's just like a Klan outfit hanging from the corner.
Jesus. But they go back after this. They go back and they're walking down the beach, and she's talking to him about, there's horses, like wild horses that roam the beaches, and he says to her, maybe today's the day you'll see them, and she goes, oh, they don't come this far down the beach. They never make it this far down. And then they go to a crab crack celebration, which looks like a good time.
Yeah, let's go cracking.
Yeah, it's like a big, like the
whole town they're just happy to be alive.
Yeah.
So they're throwing a big crab cracking.
Yeah, like a crab boil on the docks, and
they have like a hootenanny going on.
Yeah, there's like bluegrass music and stuff, and then it slows down a little bit, and they have like a little slow dance on the pier. And then they finally, I got the impression they hooked up after the storm, but they don't ever really address it or show it. This time you actually see them in bed together, and like they have like this romantic moment. They're in bed, and he shows her a map of where his son is in South America, and he's like, you get on this road and take this. And then he starts like tracing all over her body, like parts of the map, and he's like, and then you go up around this tree. And then I was waiting for him to be like, and then there's this cave. He didn't do that, though. It would have been hilarious.
Real waterfall.
Oh, sploosh. So they have this moment, like this nice moment. And then they cut to like him just leaving. Like he's getting in the car, they're saying goodbye. He drives away, and then the camera immediately cuts.
They're being adult about it.
They are. The camera immediately cuts, and he's already stopped the car, and he gets out and runs back and gives her a kiss.
It's the way Clint Eastwood should have done it.
Yeah. Cut to her. She's back home, and you hear her and her estranged husband in the other room arguing. And basically, that she's telling him, like, this isn't happening, you're not coming home. And Richard Gere has ruined another one of Stabler's possible marriages. He comes out and just, like, storms out. The daughter has a meltdown because she thought that, mom and dad were getting back together, and she hates her mom now, like, screaming, I hate you, whatever.
Sounds like how, 16-year-old girl talks, pretty much.
Yeah. And then we see, this is what you were talking about, she gets back into the woodworking. Like, she goes into her garage and she takes out all these tools.
She got her groove back.
I was going to say, you might say, she got her groove back, and she gets back into her art.
She has this is a nice little montage. She'll do some chisel sharpening.
She's planing things, she's smoothing things out, she's sanding.
You got to be careful. You see the scar right here?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I still don't have feeling in that top half of my thumb. Wow. Those chisels, they're dangerous, man.
I can imagine. But she's back to like carving driftwood and doing things. And then she gets a letter from Paul in the mail. And the letter kind of says, hey, like this time apart, like I don't know when I'm going to be back, but like I am going to be back. And I want to get to know you better now, like through these letters, and like just get to know each other.
This felt like we were starting a whole nother like half of this movie. I didn't look at the time of this movie because it actually
I did think
it goes by pretty quick, and I'm like, okay, so this is going to be like a whole nother half of them building their love.
It does,
and
but no,
what the fuck, dude?
Find out. So there's like a bit of a thing where they go back and forth with like them talking about the letters, or not talking about the letters, but you get like her reading a letter and Richard Gere's voiceover saying whatever it says in the letter. None of it was anything like groundbreaking or earth-shattering. Some of it he's just talking about that night that he was touching her body like a map, and he's going over that again. And I'm like, you wanted to...
At the bottom, it's just signed, Richard Gere, send nudes.
Yeah, like you wanted to talk about get to know each other better, and you're just talking about that time you guys hooked up, like in your letter. Finally, the day comes where he's coming home, and she's on the phone with Gene, like, oh, he's going to be here tonight. Like, the kids are with their dad for the weekend, and they're all giddy and talking about, she's having this date. She's making the same thing for dinner that she made the first night that they met. And she's getting all the food together. She sits down at the table. He doesn't show up. Nothing. I'm like, oh, shit.
I was pissed. I was like, oh, fuck, he stood her up.
I didn't think that. I knew immediately that something bad had happened.
Oh, really?
I had a feeling. And then she starts calling the airline, and she's asking about the flight that he's supposed to be on. And they're like, oh, it landed. Everything's fine. And she's like, well, what about the passenger? And they're like, well, we can't give you that information. So like the whole night goes by. He never shows up. And the next morning there's a knock at the door. And she goes down and opens the door. Fucking James Franco.
I audibly
Did you gasp?
said, "Motherfucker."
Is it because
Like,
it was
to the
James
point,
Franco?
like, my wife was waking up upstairs and was like, "What, honey?" And I was like, "Nothing. It's just James Franco." The door.
At our door?
Yeah. I was mad. Like, I did not see this coming at all.
Oh, but he comes in.
Why couldn't these two have just been happy? Why do they gotta end a book like this? Like, it's bullshit.
He comes in with a box, and he puts the box on the table. And he tells this story about how, the minute my dad arrived at, like, the clinic, I could tell he was changed. He was, like, a different guy. And they're showing, like, these clips of him and the son, like, working together and treating all these kids in South America. And Richard Gere's, like, just a great doctor and, like, being sweet to the kids and all this great stuff. And then he shows, like, there's a storm coming there. Fucking natural disasters follow this guy wherever he goes. And the son's like, oh, parts of the mountain are falling apart. We got to get out of here. And he's like, but we can't leave yet because I have to get all the supplies out of this little shack. There's insulin and antibiotics and stuff like that down here. They're like gold. Like, we can't just leave them behind. So Richard Gere's like, I'll go in and I'll get them. And you stay out here. He goes in. A fucking mudslide takes this guy out.
Yeah, it does.
It like takes the whole shack. Like, you barely see it, but like you just see mud like rushing in the doors and the windows.
Like me at a Caribbean bar. Those mudslides will fucking get you.
And he tells her that he's gone. And I said to myself, it should have been Franco. Like, it should have been him that went in and died. But he tells her that because of you, he was a changed man.
You don't have to have an estranged son if you don't have a son, right?
That's right. He says, because of you, he was a changed man. Like, you did something to my dad, like made him a new man.
And now he dies with all my secrets.
Yeah, and he gives her the box, and it's just a box of letters that like she had sent to him. And then she finds one letter that he never sent that was still, which seemed odd. Like, why wouldn't you send that last letter?
Yeah. Well, probably waiting for the...
Oh, I think he was going to send it right before he left because it says, like, I'll be seeing you today or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. The kids come home and mom is just, like, catatonic at a kitchen table. And the daughter's, like, tells the son, like, you go upstairs, like, I'm like, right. Like, I'll take care of mom.
Yeah.
And we just get, like, basically, like, a depression montage where she's just, like, basically...
She's staring from different rooms in the house.
Yeah,
that's all
she's
she's
just,
doing.
like, a
Just
shell of herself. And the mom...
staring.
And the daughter, to her credit... is like helping out with the son, like making dinner, like giving her mom food, like sitting,
give you a reason to be emo.
Yeah, sitting by her side, which was nice. Finally, they have like a heart to heart.
What if like when James Franco left the house after telling her that, like she's like saying goodbye at the door, you see Richard Gere like hiding behind a mailbox down the street, like, she buy it? Oh. You should think she bought it?
Oh no.
It's a one-night stand that won't leave me alone.
The daughter finally comes out at one point, and mom's on like a porch swing, and they finally have this heart to heart, and she says like, I need to know what's going on, like tell me what's going on. And mom tells her, I met a man while your dad and I weren't together, and the daughter says like she knows what happens with the dad, like she understands like what he did and why they're not together anymore. And she says, I found like a love, like a true love, and like everybody should have like a special love like this. And the daughter says, tell me about him. And she pulls out the letters and we don't hear what she says, but we start to see her like talking about it. She's back in the blue room, like she's back at the house in the blue room. Her and the kids are there to visit. She's there with we find out that the box she was making when she got her groove back was going to be for him. And it has like a picture of the two of them together in it, like some other stuff. So she takes the box back and puts it in the blue room.
It's a hell of a weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, that left a mark on her.
It did. And then they go to the beach and the fucking horses come. Like she's like on the beach, like about to cry, and she looks to her left. There's like just a fucking stampede of like wild horses. And what does she do? She like gets down on the ground. I thought she was going to get trampled by horses.
Like suicide by horses.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. I was like, this is not the best thing to do. But this is like a sign, for her. Like my ex one night stand dead lover has been reincarnated by a wild horse, and
I've
brought
said
them
it
here
before,
to the beach.
man. I don't know if I trust horses. I'd have been about a quarter mile out in the water.
I'd have been swimming out
into
the ocean. But yeah, luckily she didn't get trampled. And then there's just like a scene of her like walking out to the end of the pier with the kids and Jean, and she like blows a kiss out into the ocean.
Yeah,
I thought she was about to throw something overboard. Like I thought we were getting like a Titanic, like a throw the diamond over the side. It was a little weird.
I mean, I guess they had a little dance at the pier. So that's where she went to say goodbye.
So. Yeah, I guess so. I thought like she was going to have his ashes or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I thought the box that Franco brought was like what was left of him and like left it on her kitchen table.
More Madison County shit. Like throw me off that pier.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm burned up first.
But that's it. That's the movie. And then we fade to black. And
it's a quick one, man.
Yeah, I don't want to say I liked it. I liked the runtime.
Yeah.
Like an hour and 40 minutes.
I was okay with this movie up until he died. I was pissed.
It did go fast. Wow. Really upset about this.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry. Well, tell me about it. You got any grand gestures, flowers? What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I feel like I can usually see this shit coming. And I didn't see this at all.
I will say...
Kind of surprised me, but it more than surprised, I was fucking angry.
I will say I was surprised up until the point he didn't show up for dinner. And then I knew something bad had happened. I was convinced at that point. But yeah, I thought they were going to get their happy ending. This is
my third Diane Lane movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
One of them had Batman, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
Martha's my mom's name too.
There's kind of, when I look at her, she kind of looks like my wife a little bit.
Yeah.
And honestly, watching this movie, I realized I think I have a crush on Diane Lane.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm into it. I hope there's more of her movies on this list.
Right. You got Diane Lane, I got Meryl Streep.
And not only that,
Cher.
I looked up, there is a movie, I don't know if it's a romance, but she hooks up with a younger guy. We got to watch that one.
I think it's on the list.
Good.
There's another movie with her and Richard Gere called Unfaithful where she cheats on Richard Gere, and I think that might be the same movie.
I think that is it.
But that's on the list too, I think. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. Got to see more Diane Lane for reasons.
We'll get as much as we can in there.
Yeah.
Research purposes.
Yes.
Mine's just about the house. They built this house for the movie. This house did not exist until this movie happened. The locals were not fucking happy because it is an eyesore, and it was just like that close to the beach. It really is. Yeah, it's that close to the beach, like right along the water.
They call this brutalist architecture for a reason.
But we called it. The house was literally way too close to the fucking beach, like the ocean, and the water came in, and they actually had to like, what's that called? I can't think of the word. They condemned it. They condemned the house because it was like literally a death trap. But then someone bought it and moved it like further in on the beach where it was actually safe, and then also remodeled the inside of it to actually look like the inside of the house because the interior shots were all shot in like sound stages. They basically just built like this house, but the inside didn't look anything like what the inside looked like. And now somebody runs this place. It's called Serendipity. It's a vacation rental home that you can actually rent and stay in Rodanthe.
Do they make dinner?
And there's the Blue Room.
Oh, really?
The fucking Blue Room exists. So if you want to just go and hate your life and sleep a night in the Blue Room, you could.
No, I would never do this. Oh, you know what? Let me say one more thing on my grand gestures. Just a little carpentry corner thing. Because she's a pretty good card. She got some cool shit going on.
Yeah?
There is a scene where she is wielding a hammer. You never choke up on the head of a hammer. Like, you never grab it by the end and like you're trying to... That's bad. You got to hold it by the handle at the bottom of the hammer.
Yeah.
Drives me fucking nuts when I see people do that.
How did she do it?
She has her hand like all the way up by the head.
Also bad.
And she's trying
she was bad hammering.
That's bad hammering. One, you do that all day, your wrist is going to be broken by the end of the day. But two, hammers have a tuning fork in them.
Yeah.
That actually helps absorb all that vibration. So, yeah, you never choke up like that. It's bad.
Interesting.
So, yeah, now we've learned something.
CJ's Carpentry Corner for this week's episode.
Thank you.
All right, let's chick flick it to a dick flick it. I'll go. Mine's going to be very brief. There's a point in the movie, which we discussed, where she interrupts him mid-dinner and takes him upstairs and shows him all these paintings that Jean has done. And there's some weird... To me, I found it to be weird stuff because she tells her, like, she paints a lot of paintings of, like, these spirits and like these gods of like the beach and stuff. So she's got like a thunder god painting and this and that. This is where the movie's going to take a turn. And we find out that they have been for years inviting one guest to stay at this house during hurricane season and sacrificing him to the gods of the storm.
Ooh, like cabin in the woods.
Yeah. To appease these gods so that like the house stays standing and like the beach doesn't get destroyed.
I like this. 2 weeks in a row, you're bringing the heat, man.
And it turns into like this like kind of like a supernatural thriller, like almost like a Wicker Man sort of thing, where the whole town is in on this, and Richard Gere is just like this rich doctor from upstate that came to stay for a little bit because he's dealing with some shit, and then like the whole town is trying to sacrifice him and murder him to appease the gods.
Okay.
Yeah, but she also kind of falls in love with him too, so it's kind of hard for her to have to actually murder him. But in the end, she still does, and the house is fine.
But in the end, it's easy.
Yeah, but yeah, that's mine.
Wow, I thought you were gonna go with like a he's like an angel of death doctor, like he did it on purpose.
Oh.
You know what I mean? No, I want to
Nights
do
with Kevorkian in Rodanthe.
Yeah, I want to do. It hit me whenever he went to go see the dad of the woman he killed again, or the husband of the woman that he killed.
Yeah,
and the guy's super cold, and he's kind of like, well, why the fuck did you invite me down here?
Yeah,
just to be that cold. And I wanted to be that they had invited him down there to kill him. And like, I mean, they're in this evil looking house.
They really are.
So during the middle of the storm, you're hearing like pounding on the doors, and you're like, damn, that storm's really blowing shit into the doors. And then you see like eyes looking in.
Oh, it's kind of like a stranger situation where they come to the house.
And they have to make it through the night with like half the town trying to murder them from the outside, like pitchforks in hand.
And a hurricane happening.
And they're going to blame it on the hurricane.
I fucking love it. It's like
hard
hard rain.
Like he washed out the sea. Don't pay any attention to the holes that are in them.
It's like hard rain.
Yeah.
Plus the strangers. Oh, fuck. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. All right. Well, let's Nick Cage it.
Yeah, he should be the nurse that tells the guy that his wife's dead. They have a whole extended scene.
How could you be upset?
Yeah,
if Nicolas Cage is the one delivering the news.
Yeah, I literally thought of that right now. I couldn't figure one out. Or he could be the old drunk guy in the store.
Oh yeah,
Like he's trying to steal booze from the machine.
I like the thought that whenever at the end, when the horses finally show up, he's just riding one of them shirtless.
Fucking love it.
At the front of all, he's leading the horses.
Centaur Nick Cage.
Oh yeah, now we're talking. Mine's quick, and I know I've used this already, but anytime I can, I probably will. Viola Davis plays Amanda Waller in the Suicide Squad movies.
Yes.
The second one has Idris Elba as Bloodshot. Idris Elba, Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance with Nicolas Cage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you used that one recently,
I have. I've used it a few times, but yeah.
All roads
anytime I can
lead
connect
to
Idris Elba and Nicolas Cage, that's how I'm going to do it. So that one came to me pretty quick. I didn't have to do a whole lot of research. That one was just in the chamber.
I like it.
Let's rate it.
I'm going to go 3.25.
Wow.
I probably would have gone higher if they didn't kill Richard Gere at the end.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay. I was legitimately mad. This movie was good. It was fast. Way better than The Notebook, I think. And it was, and I mean, you could tell they had a lot less money to make this than The Notebook. For sure. Like, there's no grand war scenes, no, like, crazy shit like that.
They spent the whole budget on building an actual fucking gigantic house.
And this movie was a straight-up romance novel. Actually, in the middle of it, I realized it literally was a romance novel.
Yeah.
But, like, while I was watching, I was like, wow, this one feels like a Harlequin romance. Like, this woman, lovelorn, living in this house, a stranger shows up, and he's got seductive silver hair, and it felt like it the entire time.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing really offended me. Diane Lane gets extra points for reasons. And, 3.25.
Okay. We're going to differ on this a little bit. I did not like this movie. Not that I didn't. I'm going to give it like a 2.25, I think.
Yeah, did it offend you in any way?
It didn't offend me.
Like, it was a little milk
But I almost would have rather it would have. This is the Richard Gere of movies, like just boring, old, and white. Like, I don't understand. I didn't care about anybody in this movie. There were no stakes. Like, at least with The Notebook, if we want to talk about, like, Nicholas Sparks novels turned into movies, like, there was, like, a friction between the two leads. Like, she was supposed to marry somebody else. There was, like, the war conflict. There was all this stuff, like, kind of fighting against them getting together.
Yeah.
In this movie, it made sense. You're two, like, boring old white people. Like, you're not...
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're adult about it.
Yeah, you are, but
they've got their meds figured out.
I just didn't care. The chemistry between those two isn't that great, in my opinion. Like, so I didn't really care that they ended up together. And just, like, no stakes whatsoever. Like, at no point are you like, oh, she could end up back with her ex-husband because he's a fucking asshole. Richard Gere is just single and by himself. Like, there's no reason for me to care or worry about whether they get together or not, because they just should. Like, it's fine. Good for you. Like, I don't know. It's like you see two like average people walking down the street holding hands. Like, good for them. They're together. They found somebody. Like, it's not like you're like, oh, how sweet. You're just like, oh, good. You found your person. I'm happy.
Oh, people get married. That's a thing that happens. Yeah.
Yeah, like it just wasn't nothing about it. Like it just, I don't know. This movie.
I can agree. It was a little milquetoast.
This
a little
movie
boring.
evoked no emotion in me. And like even when he died, I wasn't like, oh no. I was like, it's fine. You're 43.
Yeah, I didn't even come close to crying.
Yeah,
Like, I was just angry.
Like Diane Lane, you're 43 years old. You're just starting your new life. You'll find somebody.
Yeah.
Like there's probably another Richard Gere out there for you. Like you'll be okay. Like everything's fine. No biggie. It's all good. And then fucking, I take a few points off just because James Franco's in it.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't know that he was so rapey back then.
It wasn't, like I said.
I mean, people knew, but nobody was talking about it out loud.
And like I said at the beginning, it's a worse movie than The Notebook as far as like production value, acting, just everything about it from a movie perspective is worse than The Notebook. But it is better than The Notebook in the fact that I don't hate the two leads. I just don't care about the two leads. Like, they didn't offend me in any way, which is good. But also, like, make me feel something. Like, I didn't feel anything throughout this entire movie except for, like... I will say it went quick. I don't know why.
It really did.
Because I didn't really like it that much, but it had a good pace. The movie had a good pace. 2.5, 2.25. 2.25 for getting it over with quick. Thank you.
Fucking love it.
Yeah, that's all I got. So yeah, let's roll another movie.
All right, let me pull up the old random number generator.
We
here.
are at 179.
All right, our number this week is, oh shit, number 2.
Holy fuck.
That's got to be good, right? It's got to be good.
I don't know, bro. Lady Chatterley's Lover.
Why is that number 2?
I don't know.
I know these aren't ranked.
Had we rolled number 2 at some point before,
we must
that
have.
Replaced it.
Lady Chatterley's Lover.
What the fuck is Lady Chatterley's Lover? I mean, just for perspective, this fell between Dirty Dancing and The Lake House. 2 movies which I'm sure we would have fucking lost our shit over. But no.
We've never just re-rolled. I mean, I could edit this out and we could re-roll.
No. We live and die by the... we live and die by the list. This is a 2022 movie. Let's see. After falling out of love with her husband following a war injury, later Chatterley pursues a torrid affair with the gamekeeper on the estate and begins to uncover her own internal biases. It's on Netflix, so that's good. I don't recognize any of these people. There's not a person in this movie that I know who it is. Emma Corrin, Ella Hunt, Jolie Richardson, Jack O'Connell, Matthew Duckett.
It does say here that...
2 hours and 7 minutes. It's got an 87% on Rotten Tomatoes.
This novel is widely known for its explicit sexual intercourse descriptions.
Really?
Yeah, maybe we might have some George R.R. Martin shit going on here.
It is rated R. All right. Well, maybe we're going to... It looks... Like from the screenshots, I'm getting like a whole Downton Abbey sort of vibe, like that kind of like time frame, that kind of a period piece. Oh, I hope there's a lot of sex in this, because if not, I think it's going to be, in a nutshell, it's bittersweet, sensual, and beautiful. That's how I've been described on numerous occasions.
That's like me in a nutshell.
It's like you in a nutshell. All right, well, until next week, everybody, when we discuss Lady Chatterley's Lover. That's a mouthful, too.
You're going to have to say that so many times next week. I can't wait.
LCL. That's what we're going to call it. Until next week, when we discuss that movie that I won't say again, please like us, subscribe to us, review us, follow us, do all the things that you can do to us, wherever you get your podcasts at. We appreciate it greatly. Follow us on Facebook. Get your sweet, sweet meme every week from CJ. He works real hard on them. He's not just a carpenter. He's also a memer.
That's right.
And he knows how to hold a hammer.
You got to craft with your hands.
That's right. And send us an email. you've.gotmails@yahoo.com. If you don't want to reach out via the email, you can reach us on Facebook Messenger, also at the You've Got Mails site. Or, send us a letter from a South American clinic. We'll read them. Fuck it. Let's go old school.
If it comes between us and escaping a mudslide, though, escape the mudslide first.
Yes, and then we'll read the letters.
Yes.
Of course. All right. But until next time, everybody, stay romantic. Don't be shitty to each other.
Nice. That's 2 Richard Gere movies. We never brought up the hamster once.
It's a gerbil.
It's a gerbil?
Yeah, it's a gerbil.
Can't tell the difference from back there.